Okay, cool. So, hey, guys, what's going on? Today we're going to be covering the 5 steps to a conversation. These are going to be the crucial steps that anyone needs in order to close a customer and kind of like build a script. So I've literally used this 5 steps of conversation. I've used it to create scripts where I've presented in front of 30 people, an entire room, close them on whether it was doing a 100% commission job or was buying a product, right? I've used this for one-on-one sales where I was just meeting with a customer, setting up an appointment. I've used this in doing interviews for starting people. I've even used this just stopping people out in the streets, right? There is a method to the madness behind sales, and I'm going to be teaching you guys that today. So, first thing I'm going to cover with you in the 5 steps of conversation is the introduction. So, the introduction is going to be what basically I always like to say you get about 5 seconds to stop someone, get their attention, and give them a reason to basically talk to you, right? So you want to pull them out of whatever they're doing that day or whatever they're doing at that moment and get their undivided attention. And the way you're going to do that is you're going to be using your introduction. So maybe for you it could be hey, how's it going, Mr. Jones? I was just reviewing your application online, that you had sent over and had some really exciting things to review with you. Do you got a moment, right? Or maybe if you're doing something face to face, hey, quick question for you guys. I was just in the neighborhood and I was stopping by. I wanted to go over. I noticed that the siding on your house was a little bit wear and tear. Is the owner around to talk to about that? Right. So when you start a conversation, you should always use something called C factors. And what's crazy about C factors, this is going to sound simple, but I've trained probably over 1,000 people or in my sales career. And what I've noticed is that I could literally take somebody, start them in their first week, and they would have 0 C factors. They would make $300 that week. And just by applying and teach them C factors, it would take them from 300 to 1,000 plus in their first to second week of working a 100% commission job. Um, so basically, I'm just going to break that down to you and why that's important and how it's going to allow you to get more presentations in or more phone calls in, and that's going to allow you to make more sales and close more customers. So basically, first thing you want to do when doing C factors is you want to smile. So as stupid as that is, I made up this little slide so I could show people. I want you to take a moment and just look at the picture on the left. Right? How does that make you feel? It probably makes you feel happy, right? Probably want to smile, maybe you want to laugh a little bit, right? Little bubbly guy, right? Versus, I want you to take a look here at the picture on the right. There's a neutral face, right? So I want you to think about if both these people were to approach you, how would you feel? Right? Probably you probably want to play a little kid. The guy on the right, you're like, I don't know, he's a little bit more mediocre, right? You want to smile or you want to have eye contact, right? You want to look at a person right in their eyes. And this has to do with so much psychology. Like sales is a lot of psychology, but you want to really dominate that person, right? When I'm closing a customer, especially if we get the opportunity to do it on a Skype call or face to face, I'm going to look them straight in their eyes. Okay? And when I do that, I'm taking control, right? I'm not looking down at them. I'm not allowing them to look down. They have my full undivided attention. They're not looking at their cell phone. They're not looking at a television screen. They're looking at me face to face, right in their eyes, right? And I'm gonna have enthusiasm to what I say. I'm gonna say my words with power. I'm gonna have excitement when I say it, right? And I'm gonna project my voice towards the customer. Hey, how's it going? Right? I'm talking to you, directly you. I'm looking at you, right? And I'm stopping them, right? And that's what's going to invoke power to get you onto the next step. So once you get your introduction out, hey, how's it going? Is Robert available? Hey, Rob, how you doing? This is Brandon. I'm with blah 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 consulting. I was just following up with the online application. Do you have a few moments to go over that with me? Awesome. So now you're going to start the short story questioning process, and this is going to help you qualify a lead, so that way you don't spend time with the wrong type of people. So in one of my videos, I went over a non-DM, which is basically someone who doesn't make a decision, who isn't in charge of the bills, versus a decision maker. Someone that's in charge of the bills can make a decision. So in our short story questioning process, we're going to be actually learning about the customer and then creating a preface into the product. So this is an important part of the conversation. It allows us to remove skepticism about our product, build impulse, and qualify the customer. Find out if there's something that you can actually offer them. So we're going to use just cable as a service. We're going to use that as an example. So I'm going to start with the introduction. Hey, how's it going? Quick question. Who do you have for cable at home? Oh, I don't know. I got DirecTV, or maybe if I'm selling a product online, right? Hey, how's it going, Tim? I'm just following up with our appointment that we had set here. Um, Today we're going to be covering a couple of basic things, and I wanted to review some stuff with you. Sound good? All right, cool. Our appointment today is going to be about 45 minutes long. Pull some questions out of them. So if I got a product, I'm gonna ask them, hey, so what is it about your current provider that you don't like, or what is it about your current service that you don't like, or is there anything that you wish you could change? And about how much are you paying, right? I want to figure out a hot spot, a pain point that I can pull on. So how much are you paying for that product? Okay. All right. So you're paying like 300 bucks. Okay, cool. Or 500 bucks or 1,000 bucks. All right, so now I'm going to determine in my head as a salesperson, is this person paying more or less with their current product, or do they not have one? If they don't have one, it's a great customer because obviously they're interested if they're on an appointment with you, or they're interested because they stopped. That's awesome. It's perfect, ideal. If they're paying less, okay, so that means I'm gonna have to build with quality. I'm gonna teach you guys how to do that. That means I'm gonna have to hit them with quality and show them why they should choose me over a competitor. Or if they're paying more, then that means that I've collected a hot spot, right? I've decided that this person is someone that can benefit from my service just because it's cheaper, right? And people love cheaper. So once I've determined what a hotspot, I'm gonna pull maybe if I'm selling consulting services, right? I'm gonna say, okay, so what is it that you want to achieve? What is it that you're looking to do? What are you expecting out of consulting? If it's a product based service, I'm gonna say, okay, what's your current provider services like? What's the quality like? Right. So if I'm gonna sell internet, I'd say, how fast is your current internet? Right. So I'm gonna ask qualifying questions like that, and I want to make sure that the person that's in charge and actually pay the bills is there. So I'm gonna say, so walk me through the decision process that you normally take when making a decision like this, or is the person that normally would handle this type of decision here today? Because if they're not, I would want to go ahead and reschedule that because that wouldn't be a qualified presentation for me. That's going to be something that's more of a waste of time, right? So once I ask them a couple questions, I then want to go into my short story process where I just kind of want to break down what I'm going to be offering them today. So maybe for your product, let's just say we're selling consulting services. Um, okay, so basically now I know a little bit more about you. I just want to tell you a little bit more about us and what we do. So basically, we help customers achieve top line conversion success through our automated systems and processes. We build X, Y, and Z for our customers. And this is a little bit about what we can offer for you, right? So now I'm jumping into the presentation, step 3 of the conversation. So this is the part where you're going to build a customer's impulse. We're going to take all the information that we just learned from their questioning, and we're going to translate that into a deal. Okay. So if us, um, we're gonna say, okay, so basically, you're getting X, Y, and Z services. This is how it compares with your current service. We're going to be giving it to you for blah, blah, blah price today. This is everything that we can do, and these are all the benefits. And you want to remember that you want to kiss your presentation, and you want to keep it short and simple. So you never want to talk someone out of a sale. It's very easy to talk someone out of a sale. You just want to keep it short and simple when you talk to somebody. Everything that you do. I always like to say that you should talk to people on a sixth grade level, right? Keep everything kindergarten, Keep everything super simple, right? And then basically from the presentation, once we build our impulse, we present our product in order, whatever it is we're selling, right? We're gonna go over for the close. Once a closing sign has been given to us, ready to transition to close. In another video, I'm gonna go over the closing signs, but just keep this in mind for like your script. So our close is gonna be simple for us. In our example of cable, right? We're just gonna say, hey, what works best for you, mornings or afternoons for an installation? Or maybe, okay, so is there anything other that you want to add to your product today? Or is there any other services that you were interested in adding on to this deal? Or okay, I'm just gonna shoot you over uh the contract to your email. Is there any other questions that you had for me before we move forward with this decision? Right? Or clearly we're ready to move forward today. What I want to do is why don't we commit to doing X, right? I'm gonna throw out a closing statement. And the worst thing, you should never be scared of throwing out a closing statement too early. The worst that can happen when you throw out a closing statement is someone's just going to give you an objection. And I'm going to teach you how to handle objections, how to overcome an objection, right? There's a very systematic process to doing that. Then from there, once we get the close, we're going to get the credit card or the debit card. We're going to run it. We're going to make sure that we set up a payment plan for them, or we want to process it in full. That's what we're always going to go for, is a paid in full. Right? We're never gonna start low. We're always gonna start high and then go lower. So if I was selling something that sold for $3,000, I'm gonna say, okay, cool. So all we're gonna do today is we're just gonna process that payment for $3,000, right? And we're gonna what do you want to put that on, a debit or a credit card? Oh wow, that's a lot of money. Or they're gonna say, okay, let's put that on a debit card, right? Or they're gonna be like, oh, that's a lot of money. They're like, okay, cool. Well, what's cool is we actually have some payment plan options available for you. So what we can do is we can actually break down that $3,000 into a 6-month payment plan. This is really for people that are interested in doing it but just don't have the financial stability to do it all at once. So why don't we just do it $500 a month? That's what all our other customers do that do it on the payment plan. I can set that up for you right now. Would you like to process that first payment of 500 on a debit or credit card? Right? So start high, go low. Never start low, then go up, right? Because if I were like, okay, cool, so we can put you on a payment plan for 500, right? We kill the whole paid in full option, right? Always start high and then go low. Then once we have a customer, that is good. It's solid. It's green. We ran the credit. We want to make sure that they do not cancel, right? Because what sucks about commission and sales is that there's could be something called a chargeback, right? Or cancellation, right? And we lose our commission. So we want to do a strong rehash. We want to review the services that the customer will be getting. So how we do that is we say, okay, cool. So remember we went over everything in our short story questioning phase, right? Or we went over everything about this product today. You're going to be getting X, Y, and Z services. If you have any questions, I'm your personal rep or I'm your personal account manager. Feel free to reach out to me, right? Use that magic, I'm your personal account manager, right? You want to make sure that they feel free to reach out to you. You got their back. Give me your phone number, give me your email address, right? During the next couple of weeks, you're going to be receiving X, right? Or whatever happens in your process of sales. Make them feel comfortable when they leave you. So basically, these are the 5 steps of the conversation. There's a lot more to everything. I'm going to break this down further in other videos. But I want you to just maybe take a screenshot of this picture right here, 5 steps of conversation, review it, read over it, and rewatch this video a couple times if you need to. This is really going to help you build a systematic sales process to what you're doing, and it's going to help you close a lot more leads or a lot more customers. All right. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys love this one.